What other diet could you be on that eventually you get to eat far more food than when you started? So imagine you're on a diet, you're losing weight, you're enjoying the foods you love, your body is changing, your clothes are fitting differently, people are asking you, what are you doing, what's going on? And you give them the answer, it's flexible eating, but we often overlook the fact that long term, down the road, the goal is to eat more food. And I get this question all the time, and I'm going to do more and more videos about it because I want to help you guys understand this isn't just minimizing the amount of food you can eat with no end goal. There is an end goal, and that's to eat more food, and that ultimately will be the process of reverse dieting. Reverse dieting. Reverse dieting is going to be where you take your body from the current calories that allowed you to work towards your goal weight, that allowed you to lose weight, and ultimately add more and more and more. For many of you, I've done this already one-on-one, or if you're in my mentor groups, you plateau. And maybe that means that the scale doesn't move. Maybe that means, you're no longer performing how you want, you're hungrier than usual, and oftentimes we add more food, and that's different for everyone. It's always a different amount of food depending on your current weight, depending on your activity, etc. But the goal of reverse dieting is going to slowly be to add more food back to your body, bust through that plateau, or sustain the weight you're at. Let me give you my story, and then we're going to have more videos on how you're going to do this for yourself. So when I started my flexible eating journey, I was 170 pounds. 170 pounds, and I started 1,900 calories. 170 pounds, I was chubby. I was a little bit doughy, not gonna lie. When I was 1,900 calories, don't hold me to these exact numbers, but I was about 150 protein, 190 carb, and about 60 fat. I don't know if that's gonna add up exactly, but it was somewhere around there. And let me tell you, that 150 represented my goal weight. Because at 170 pounds, that's what I thought I should be. I thought I'd lose about 20 pounds. Lo and behold, I got all the way down to 135 pounds. I was too skinny. Nowadays, I wake up at about 145. But here's what happened. I went from 170 pounds at 1,900 calories all the way up to 3,000 calories at 135 pounds. 3,000 calories at 135 pounds. At that point, my number was a little bit lower in protein because I had adjusted my weight. My carbs were all the way up around 330, and my fat was all the way up around 100. And again, those might not be exact. I'd have to check my MyFitnessPal. So while losing 35 pounds, I increased my caloric intake by 50%, actually more than that. So I want you guys to start to understand there is an end goal. You're not going to be at this range forever. So the days when you're struggling, when you no longer want to do this, when you're battling that internal demon of whether or not you can continue tracking your food, remember, what other diet? Weight Watchers doesn't say, oh, you're going to go from 26 points to 35 points. The Zone doesn't often tell you, hey, you're going to go from 12 blocks to 16 blocks. When you're doing paleo, there's no, okay, well now you can eat more bacon. With flexible eating, there's an end goal. This is not magic. This isn't some, witchcraft and debauchery that I just magically came up with. This was fixing my metabolism. At 170, 1,900 calories, my metabolism was fucked. I grew up wrestling. For 20 plus years, I was doing all sorts of drastic weight cuts. There were days where I would literally drop 15 pounds overnight, and my body was completely deranged metabolically. This also was not an overnight story. This was a year of being diligent, a year of tracking my food, a year of, wanting to eat more Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but stopping when I poured that on the scale. I'm not a magician at this. I'm just a normal dude. This was hard. Don't get me wrong. Every time I pour Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I want to pour more, but I stopped because I knew it. There was a light at the end of the tunnel, and I can see it, and I wanted to get there. All of you can get here. I'm nothing special. I'm nothing special. I'm just some chubby dude that started here. Now I'm some ripped dude over here. But it's not because of my genetics. It's not because I do anything crazy at CrossFit or Jiu-Jitsu or anything else. It's simply because I'm diligent and continue to track my food on a daily basis. You can do this, guys. I'm going to tell you more and more how you're going to do it in the upcoming videos in the membership site. That will be coming to you shortly. For now, I just need you to remember there's an end goal and you're going to get there.